everybody? You're right on time for another ride on the Groove Line with your host, Chris Stevens. Hopefully, you all are doing well out there. It's Throwback Thursday. And this is the first song that we're going to get into from one of the most underrated singing groups of all time. And they are hopefully going to be a guest on the show at some point. Well, hopefully, I get them on the show at some point. But yes, we're going to talk about Enchantment today, live and direct from the Motor City, Detroit, Michigan. And we're not going to talk about more of their better known stuff. I want to save that for when I can get EJ Emmanuel Johnson on the show, hopefully sooner rather than later. But we're going to go to the middle point of the 80s when R&B bands and groups started to sort of fracture because, well, you know, the music industry just started going away from groups and bands during that time because of the electronification of music, as it were. But yes, we're going to cover a song from their 1983 album, Utopia. And boy, that is one freaky looking album cover, bro. Like, I don't know what this is supposed. I mean, there's always been an element of Afrofuturism to black music, especially during the 70s and 80s. But this album cover, even for 1983, is just freaky and not in a good way. I digress. But yes, we're going to talk about the song called Don't Fight the Feeling. This first was released in February of 1984. So, it's February is Valentine's Day month. Everybody's putting out their best love songs at that time. And Enchantment still had some pepper on their fastball. And Don't Fight the Feeling was co-written by a band member, Joby Thomas, and Michael Stokes. Now, Michael Stokes was the dude who produced all of their bigger hits, like It's You That I Need, Gloria, Where Do We Go From Here, Silly Love Song. All of that is Michael Stokes. Very underrated producer. But yes, he and Joby Thomas co-wrote Don't Fight the Feeling. And I don't know if that's Joby singing or EJ singing, but this song is about a man trying to convince a woman that, yeah, you've been hurt by love before. We all have. But don't fight the feeling. If you feel like, we should give this a chance, then we should. And this song is, I would probably characterize it as one of the most underplayed Quiet Storm songs because, I mean, again, the song only hit 64 on the R&B charts or the Black Soul Singles charts, whatever you want to call it. The R&B charts at the time. I mean, Black Soul Singles charts at the time. We call them R&B now. But yeah, it only went to number 64. So it didn't go very high. It didn't break top 40 in R&B. If you're a black artist or band, and you can't break top 40 in R&B for one song, you just kind of move on to the next one, And there was no next one for Enchantment. This was their last album for CBS. So, they were on to, just kind of sort of the tour circuit after that. But yeah, Don't Fight the Feeling, the instrumentation on it, it's probably one of those songs that I mentioned about the early 80s where producers and artists and instrumentalists were mixing technology with the old traditional ways of live, instruments. Because, I mean, there's honestly, I think the only thing that might be computerized on this is the drum. I could be wrong, but everything else, the strings, the keyboards. Well, there is, the keyboards can't be. There's some synth in there, but mostly it is keyboard. Is this nice little guitar part, and Joby played guitar, so I think that's him. And there's a really funky, bass line. I mean, but Quiet Storm bass lines, you really don't think of them as being central to the theme of a Quiet Storm song. Because you have to focus on the more loving instruments like the pianos, the strings, a horn here and there, and a guitar. But the bass really, I mean, not every Quiet Storm hit needs a good bass line, but Don't Fight the Feeling from Enchantment absolutely has a good bass line. And it's a song that I highly recommend you check out if you haven't already. But I know there are a lot of people who are old school R&B lovers who are Enchantment fans who can tell you how they feel about Don't Fight the Feeling. And for me, it's one of those Spotify Discovery Weeklies because, I was still digging deep into Enchantment's catalog when that turned up one day. And I was like, okay, this album cover is kind of weird. Let me do some research. And then I saw that the album came out in the fall of 83. I was like, makes sense. So I went and listened to Don't Fight the Feeling, and it has instantly become one of my favorites. One of my favorite songs in the last like 3 or 4 years that I've just discovered at random. But if you haven't heard Don't Fight the Feeling, go back and listen to it. Let us know what you think. And then if you have, please tell us what you like or don't like about Don't Fight the Feeling by Enchantment. We'd love to hear from you. So that's going to do it for this ride on the Groove Line. Greatly appreciate y'all as always. Contact information will be in the description below. Don't forget to subscribe and tap that notification bell so you're notified of all the new videos that drop on this channel. And don't forget to like and comment on these videos because you guys know I do talk back in the comments. So thank you guys for riding with me on the Groove Line. And until the next time we ride, may you find the groove or may the groove find you.